We also have with us today our father, the chair of the Board of Trustees, the Obashewa of Ile-Ife, Chief John Odeyemi, MFR. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We also have with us many of our past presidents. So I'd like to begin from the immediate past president, Asiwaju Dr. Michael Olale Cole, MFR, CON. Thank you, sir. Omaba Asiwaju, thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. We also had with us this evening, Honorable Mrs. Tokima Bogunje, past president here at SCCI. Thank you, ma. Thank you for showing up. We have with us also Olori, Dr. Onikepo Akonde, the past president at SCCI, two-time ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let's put down together for Dr. Mrs. Thank you, ma. Thank you. We have enough of our honorary live vice president here this afternoon. I can see our daddy, Dr. Abraham Alo, FCIB. Let's put down together for him, honorary live vice president. We have the first female engineer in Nigeria. I think I'm correct. Engineer J. Olumaduka, MFR. Let's put hands together for our mother. These people I'm mentioning are on the 8th floor, going to the 9th floor of their life. Very strong. We also have Vice President here at SCCI, Princess Layo Okewo, Vice President here at SCCI. We also have I jumped that line, the Deputy President of SCCI, Engineer Leye Kupoluyi. Let's put hands together for the Deputy President. We also have Vice President my brother, Vice President, Engineer Aminu Okoyemi Aminu. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. We have with us also, as you know, that today is about security and discussions around that. We have AIG Adegoke M. Fayoade MNI PSS. Put them together for our brother. He was here the last time and is here today. That shows, emphasize the commitment that this man has for Nigeria. He's Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 2, Command Headquarters here in Lagos. Thank you, sir. We have Group Captain Ahev Gbadebo, Commander, Provost Investigation Group, Nigerian Air Force Base, Ikeja, Lagos. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. DCC Agbetiloye Kolawole is also here. HOD, Critical National Asset and Infrastructure Protection. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. We also have the NCDC Lagos Command. It's for the NCDC Lagos Command, Ikeja, representing the Commandant General of NCDC. Thank you so much, sir, for showing up today. All right, I will do much of the recognitions as I have the list, but we just need to move very fast now. We will have the remarks by the President and Chair of Council here at SCCI. Put your hands together for the President and Chairman of Council, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, FCA, for his opening remarks.
Thank you. The chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce, a past president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce, a past president of NASEMA, the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, and really and truly a father of the chamber movement in this country, who has put in 51 years, running to 52 years of service to the chamber movement in Nigeria. We are extremely honored to have you make time to be with us at 85, in fact 86, and moving to 87. So it's a real honor to have you here. The MC had mentioned all our illustrious past presidents who are here and our live vice presidents who are here. We also have some groups, chairmen and leaders who are here, and our honored guests, the head of the various services in our military and police services and other security services that are here. It's a great honor to welcome you to this forum where we confront the reality that affects every Nigerian, the intersection of security and economic prosperity. Today we gather not just to highlight those challenges as we face them, but to chart a realistic and strategic course towards a safer, more resilient Nigeria. One where enterprise thrives, investments are protected, and our people can live, work, and build with confidence and hope. Security is not merely a law enforcement matter. It is an economic imperative. In Abuja, for example, business revenues declined by 33% between January 2023 and January 24, just 1 year, due to rising insecurity, including kidnappings and violent crimes in Buhari and Kuje, two districts in Abuja. Transport fares in the region surged by up to 250%, and estate security fees in Abuja rose by 20%, underscoring how deeply insecurity inflates the cost of doing business and daily living. At the national level, the Central Bank of Nigeria's December 2024 Business Expectation Survey ranked insecurity, high bank charges, and poor infrastructure among the top 10 challenges facing Nigerian businesses. Yet, in the face of these challenges, there remains a resilient optimism among firms anticipating solutions to the security challenges plaguing our nation. The 2025 Global Terrorism Index ranks Nigeria number 6, up from number 8 in the two preceding years, with a score of 7.6%. This disturbing rise is largely attributed to the increased operations of terrorist factions, such as the IS Sahel, which executed 16 attacks within the Nigerian borders last year. Furthermore, the Sahel region, which includes Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, have now become the global epicenter of terrorism, responsible for over half of all terrorism-related deaths worldwide in 2024. This regional trend reinforces the urgency for cross-border collaboration and comprehensive security strategies that address both the symptoms and the root causes of extremism. While our challenges are grave, global examples offer hope. The 2024 Global Peace Index identifies Iceland, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore as the world's most peaceful nations. These countries, despite their diversity, share core elements of success: strong institutions, low levels of corruption, effective law enforcement, and inclusive social policies that address inequality. Iceland continues to lead globally thanks to its cohesive society and extremely low crime rates. Singapore stands out for its rigorous legal system, community engagement, and high societal discipline. Meanwhile, countries like Switzerland and Finland exemplify political stability, active citizen participation, and well-funded social welfare systems. The takeaway is clear. Peace and security are not accidental. They are the products of intentional governance, inclusivity, and national unity. To make meaningful progress, we need to embrace a multi-pronged strategy. We should strengthen public-private partnerships. These collaborative frameworks will allow businesses and government security agencies to share intelligence, optimize resource development, and coordinate rapid response to threats. More importantly, we need to invest significantly in cybersecurity infrastructure. This means equipping businesses with AI-driven security systems, expanding digital literacy, and training a robust cybersecurity workforce to protect our growing digital economy. The regulatory oversight needs to be significantly enhanced, particularly in sectors that are vulnerable to sabotage and exploitation, like oil and gas and our financial services. Stricter environmental and operational monitoring will help to prevent thefts and illicit activities. Then Nigeria must pursue deeper economic diversification, reducing our reliance on oil and expanding opportunities in agriculture, manufacturing, and technology. We create the jobs and reduce economic desperation that fuels unrest. Also, community engagement must become a cornerstone of national security. Development projects rooted in local ownership can reduce the appeal of crime and foster social cohesion in vulnerable areas. The challenges we face are formidable, but not beyond our capacity to overcome. With unity of purpose, shared responsibility, and visionary leadership, we can turn today's crisis into tomorrow's triumph. Let us use this gathering to serve as a call to action for all stakeholders, government, business, civil society, and our international partners to commit to a safer, stronger, and more prosperous Nigeria. Together, we can build an economy where businesses flourish, investors have confidence, and our citizens live in dignity and security. I welcome you to the 2025 Security Business Session. Thank you for your attention.
Once again, let's put our hands together for the President for that opening remarks. Clearly, the commitment of SCCI to the business community is not in doubt. We can see that clearly. And this is one of the reasons why we have this annually. We have joined us now the DCP Khan Saliu, who is the representative of this Commissioner of Police, Lagos State. Let's put hands together for him. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. One of the very first things I like the first for is that salute. That respect is constant. Thank you so much, sir. And he has just saluted his boss here present. Thank you so much, DCP. Also, we had, when the president was making his remarks, we had one of our mothers here at SCCI joined us, Mrs. Emaria Lcci, Honorary Life Vice President here at SCCI. Let's put hands together for our mom. Thank you so much, man, for always showing up. All right, I need to move very fast. I know that the president had done a bit of what I was supposed to do, recognizing some of our sectoral chairs that are here present. Sorry, pardon me. I didn't have your name all over, but I know many of us are here present. I can see the ICT chair and the downstream petroleum sector, the vice chair, and a whole lot of other president, chair of the sectoral group here. All right. I like to have our father, the chair of board of trustee. You know, this is important, and that's why we have president refer to him as a leader here at SCCI, and so he is a leader here at SCCI, having been the past president here at SCCI, and currently he is the board of trustees. So it's appropriate that he speaks to this occasion. Put your hands together as we have the chair of SCCI BOT, Chief John Odeyemi MFR, the Obashewa of Ilefe. Speak to us. Put your hands together for him, please.
The President, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the very distinguished past presidents, Deputy President, and Honorary Life President. The AIG for the zone, who I very much admire for punctuality. In fact, himself and the lady representing the Air Force were here around about the same time like me. They were here actually around 2 o'clock for 2:30 event in Nigeria. I took special notice of this because if the country is going to improve, leadership is of essence. We saw another aspect of excellent leadership yesterday in the boss of the JAM coming to acknowledge their mistake and actually weeping on the telly. Because more than half of the problem in this country is people do things with impunity, knowing that they will get away and nothing will happen to them. But if the two small things I've referred to now, the attitude of top security officers and the attitude of the gentleman last night, then there is hope for this country. And there is renewed hope indeed. Thank you very much. Other distinguished members of the chamber, the press, today's gathering is more than just a yearly meeting. It is a deliberate and timely convergence of two critical sectors, security and business, whose interdependence has become increasingly evident in today's economic and geopolitical climate. As we all know, security is not merely the absence of threat. It is the presence of systems, intelligence, and partnerships that enable commerce to thrive. In recent years, businesses across Nigeria, particularly in Lagos, the commercial capital, have faced mounting challenges ranging from cyber threats and physical insecurity to regulatory gaps and market instability, all of which are directly linked to the broader security environment. The Security Meets Business event was designed to respond to this reality. It's a platform to bridge the gap between security providers, policymakers, and business leaders, ensuring that security is no longer treated as a separate conversation from commerce, but as a strategic pillar of economic sustainability. Over the course of today, we expect to unpack pressing issues around the following. 1, farmers, others, conflicts, and food security. 2, the debate around the creation of state police. 3, infrastructure vandalism across the nation and what protection can be provided. 4, critical infrastructure in the oil and gas sector and how it impacts our oil production and revenue. We are here not to highlight problems, but to ignite actionable dialogue. We expect robust contributions that will shape new policies, foster partnerships, and inspire practical solutions tailored to the realities of operating in Nigeria. As we continue to grapple with our security reality, it's important to acknowledge that improving the security situation requires the collaboration of multiple stakeholders, including the government, the private sector, security agencies, and civil society. The business community cannot thrive in isolation. We must proactively work with the government and security agencies to develop sustainable solutions that safeguard lives and investments. There are several areas where focused interventions are required. One, the private sector has a critical role to play in complementing governmental efforts to secure business environments. In some countries, businesses have invested in security infrastructure such as surveillance systems, traffic control systems, and early warning mechanisms that support the police and military. The Lagos State Security Trust Fund is a notable success, which has significantly contributed to equipping and improving the state's police force. We encourage businesses to contribute to such initiatives as the returns on the investment in security cannot be overstated. Two, it's no longer enough to rely solely on manpower for security enforcement. Nigeria must embrace technology-driven security solutions, such as artificial intelligence, drones, and big data analytics to preempt and neutralize security threats. Lagos, as the epicenter of Nigeria's tech industry, can serve as a hub for piloting these innovations. The private sector should partner with tech startups and security firms to develop homegrown security technologies that can be deployed nationwide. Improved intelligence gathering and sharing among security agencies and the business community is essential for proactive responses to security threats. Businesses, particularly in high-risk industries, should have established channels for reporting suspicious activities to security agencies. 4, we cannot address the security challenges in Nigeria without confronting the root causes, which include poverty, unemployment, and social inequality. The business community must continue to create job opportunities and invest in human capital development, particularly in regions most affected by violence. By supporting youth employment programs and skills acquisition initiatives, businesses can reduce the pool of young people who might otherwise be lured into criminal activities. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a critical juncture. The security situation in Nigeria demands urgent and comprehensive action, not just for the government, but for all stakeholders, all of us. The business community must see itself as a key player in creating a safer and more secure environment. We have the resources, expertise, and networks to make a difference. And the time to act is now. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry remains committed to working with the government, security agencies, and fellow businesses to address this challenge. Let us use this dialogue as a starting point for actionable strategies that will protect our businesses and ensure the sustainability of the Nigerian economy. I want to thank all security agencies for their dedication to protecting our lives and properties, despite the difficult conditions under which they operate. We must continue supporting their efforts while holding the government accountable for ensuring that these agencies are well equipped and properly funded. In short, let us remember that a secure Nigeria is essential for a prosperous Nigeria. Together, we can create the security needed for businesses to thrive, investments to flourish, and our nation to grow. Thank you all for your attention, and I wish you a productive and insightful dialogue. God bless the armed forces and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Once again, please join me in, let's put our hands together for the BOT chair for that powerful, direct point remarks that he has made. At this junction, I'd like to now ask each of our security agency representatives and leaders here to make their comment and make their presentations. I see the AIG is having a long list of things to say, as usual. He was there last year. And I remember when he was talking, it's as if he shouldn't drop the microphone because he was saying what, providing solutions to what we should do as a nation. So I like to, he will be speaking last, not for anything, but because of the protocol in the house. So I like to have first on the list, DCC Agbetiloye Kolawole, HOD Critical National Asset and Infrastructure Protection of the NCDC Lagos Command, Ikeja, representing the Commandant General of NDCD to make his speech.
I don't want to waste our time, but permit me to stand on existing protocol. My name, as they've rightly announced, that my name is Agbetiloye Kolaole, Deputy Commandant of Corps in charge of National Asset and Infrastructure Protection, Lagos Command. First and foremost, the time is here, and the time is right, not only to put up theoretical, but to get some points where we're going to practicalize some of the things that has been highlighted here when we go to our various places. We have said many things in the past, but on our own, we have not been able to actualize or practicalize it. The security of any nation is not negotiable. Hence, it calls for collaboration among the stakeholders. I will be very brief, but my discussion is going to be more or less practical, as if maybe we're in our various offices. There's this adage that when you want to establish a business in which some of businessmen takes for granted, need for you to first of all the first thing is to analyze the security environment of the place. But what we ask is whether the place is good to sell or to make money. But the environmental factor of it and human will not take note of it. And that is why we always have issue. For instance, some people can do a business of billions and refuse to make a good security of maybe 1 million. That is why if you go to some business offices, you will see them, the office, they give security, no equipment, and they will expect expect a good security or safety from that area. Then they will not analyze the people they want to stay with. That is, there's what we call external publics and internal publics. External publics, these are the community and the people who are outside the people working with you in the office. And the internal publics, they are the people working with you. I do say when some people report, they steal my this, they vandalize this, that's what you call security of insider. For instance, I've never been to this place. There is no way I can know what and what is here. So if something is missing here, it means somebody who is working here connived or give information to outsider to perpetrate that evil. That is why when we want to employ, we just employ, you look at the certificate, maybe you attended a very good school, he has first class, he's good looking, but we will not go to the extent of asking for his background and others for you to know his past record or for you to be able to even get good guarantor in case if he err. Then another thing I want us to know is that the issue of security is more than human. It has become technology. My daddy from the source, he has said it. In fact, I believe the next time we'll be having this is going to be based on technological aspect of it, in which many people will benefit. You can be here. We thank God for some people that are doing it now. You can be here and you will know what is going on in your various offices and business where you are working. You can know everything. But when you tell some business, people who have put up to billions of naira in their business that come, you just have to pay 300 million for so, say 300 for security. No. But it's even safer for you than employ a man that will sit down, then they will be operating inside, I will not know anything. So security has gone digital. Now, we are talking about foreign investor. There is room for us to comb our home. The issue of security in Nigeria is not for only security alone or anybody. Some of us will know who is doing who, and we know them. They are not spirit, they are human beings. But we not talk. And even if security arrest, we'll be the one to first of all go to court and see for injunction or how we're going to pay them. These are the problems we are talking about. And at times, when they say somebody steal money, they will now professionalize it that he embezzle. He do money laundry. Thief is thief. Thief is thief. Now, in 2005, I was in Switzerland. That is the headquarters of Civil Defense International Body. So during the appraisal, the Switzerland Civil Defense, say, Samuel, we've identified your country. Nigeria is a good country. You guys are good. The officers are gallant. He said, but there's one thing you people did not take to cognizance, that we lack collaboration, security. Because of lack of collaboration among the security is giving this country security challenge. There is it for us to say nothing but the truth. But now we are getting good results. We get a very good intelligence information. You pass it to appropriate security body. Because at times, security, they're supposed to share information. Before you know it, the intelligence aspect of it has not even been done. Some of us in security will rush to the press, say we want to parade, so that you know we are working. At the end of the day, the people you paraded will be seen outside few weeks. So what are you parading? Instead, to share intelligence information to curb this, then it affects everybody until we come to the round table like this and have a common focus that we want to curb insecurity in Nigeria. Like I was somewhere in Lagos, right of way. People are doing business, what they call is this wood sellers. They are there. And I said, I want to see your chairman. In the course of discussion, because I won't say interrogation, he mentioned some name that allowed them to stay there. Well, God will help us in Nigeria. At this place, if it was a time when they pump fuel, okay, I won't go to that area anyway, but if there should be fire explosion, all of them, they will go. They are not supposed to be there. But we have local government people, we have everybody. So, what are we talking about? Please, to secure our environment, our business, let us go digital, technological. Put the right peg in the right hole. Don't just employ somebody as a security expert when he knows nothing about security, but because you just want to, it has gone to that. Then, when you want to employ, vet that person very well. Okay? Vandalization of telecom and others. We're doing stakeholders. And I told them, I don't know how to climb and cut wire. I don't know where and where you keep your something. Thief is inside your office. I told them blankly, go and comb your own. I call the day we will get, and you know, I have some enemy in that area. When people are arrested, they will now say, please, we want you to release them so that we go home and do it. I said, no, you can't go home. Because during the course of investigation, you will get to know that there are people, they are the one that gave these people information. Because of our time, to cut it short, please, one, know the environment you want to work with, create an enabling environment, maintain a good relationship with the people there so that they'll be able to help you if problem is going to happen. When you want to employ, know who you want to employ, let them have guarantor. And again, let's have fear of God, that one day we'll leave this world. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for that. I call it sermon, really. It's a good sermon from DCC Agbetilo Yokola Wole, who had, given us, they look cheap, but these are tips that are very important, and these tips are noted. Thank you so much. To speak to us for another 5 minutes, we have Group Captain Hayef Badebo, Commander Provost, Investigation Group, the Nigerian Air Force Base, Ikeja, Lagos. Put your hands together for our sister, Mrs. Badebo.
Wow. I'm highly privileged to be here this evening. It's my first time actually attending this event, courtesy of Dr. and Mrs. Aloma, if I'm not mistaken. All right. The president and chairman of the LCCI, the chairman board of trustees, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. When I got this invitation,
um, was basically because we had an event, and then I came around to see Madam at the back, and then she told me of all the programs it is that the LCCI has been organizing. And she mentioned the fact that the Air Force has actually not been present at any point in time, especially when it has to do with this particular event, which is a security meet. So that's why I said I'm highly honored to be here today. Not just attending, but has afforded me the opportunity to be able to meet with very great minds. If for nothing else, I'm tapping out of the grace of old age so that I can grow white hair, shiny like that, and then live very long to be able to come sit at 80. And then we have the first female engineer here. I remember when I was commandant of the Air Force Girls Comprehensive School, your picture was actually in my gallery and archives for the girls. Yes. Yes. I'm always very impressed with females because wearing this uniform, you obviously know that it's a male-dominated profession. So we're actually very few in the military. And in the early stages, we had the situation where if you see anybody any female in the military, it was basically she was either a teacher or either a nurse. And so things have changed now with technological advancement, and then with the way the world is going now, we have pilots, we have engineers, and various specialties. For me, I'm in the Air Provost, and I happen to be the first female provost officer in the Nigerian Air Force. I also happen to be the first female to have commanded a parade in the Nigerian Defense Academy. Yes, it was a big one. So that's why I said I'm always highly thrilled with first females. So today, for the Nigerian Air Force, I will be looking at our role basically in providing a safe environment for local and foreign investors. Because of that, I'll definitely have to give a background of what it is that we do for the Nigerian Air Force. We were established with a mandate to be able to protect the territorial integrity of the country by air, as enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution. So the Nigerian Air Force is therefore crucial in ensuring this country's security and stability, thereby making it safe for local and foreign investors. As part of our responsibilities, the Nigerian Air Force conducts air operations, including surveillance, to detect and prevent potential security threats. We also conduct airstrikes against terrorists and militant groups to be able to disrupt their operations, which is evident in the fight against Boko Haram. We provide air transport for troops, equipment, and supplies, and also engage in humanitarian assistance by facilitating rapid deployment as well as prompting security responses to threats. Within the Nigerian Air Force, we have security units and departments like the Air Provost, the Intelligence Unit, as well as the regiment. These are specialties that are tasked with the responsibility of ensuring security and safety of persons and infrastructure in liaison with sister services as well as other security agencies. I am the commander of the Provost Investigation Group here in Lagos, and my unit is the operational arm of the Air Provost specialty. We conduct high-profile investigations and counterterrorism operations while liaising with security agencies and other law enforcement agencies. All our operations in the Nigerian Air Force have impact on the country's economy, where investors, whether local or foreign, have confidence in our efforts to be able to ensure the security and stability of our country. Additionally, the protection of critical infrastructures such as our airports, our seaports, as well as our pipelines are crucial for economic growth. We have also continued to partner and collaborate with the international community in terms of training as well as sharing ideas to be able to enhance our capabilities. We acquire new platforms, upgrade our fleet to be able to effectively enhance our operational effectiveness. Let me use this opportunity to be able to mention that the Nigerian Air Force is celebrating its 61st anniversary. And it's commencing actually today, or commenced today, going through all the way to 23rd of May 2025. We'll have some activities in Abuja and also some in Lagos. I'm sure some of you must have observed that aircraft have just been flying overhead for some days now. We've actually been practicing for the D-Day. A press briefing was held yesterday by the chairman organizing committee, Air Commodore Iyama, where he came to be able to brief the public through the press, to be able to let people know what it is that we are doing. Series of activities are lined up to showcase our achievements in the past 2 years under the current leadership of the Chief of the Air Staff, Marshal Hassan Abubakar, Distinguished Flying Star. This year, the theme for this celebration is optimizing civil-military relations in a joint operational environment for enhanced air operations. We have open day activities where visitors are allowed to come to our bases for them to be able to see what it is that we have and what we do, so that people don't think that we are a myth or that we're spirit beings. We have programs like medical outreaches, research and development competitions, as well as a seminar. And then we're also going to commission some quick impact projects in our theaters of operation. Amongst that is one of a clinic that is being built in Nasarawa. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, will also attend the program and will officially induct a newly acquired helicopter into the Nigerian Air Force Order of Battle. Here in Lagos, we will be hosting the 4th African Air Forces Forum at the Eco Hotel and Suites on the 22nd and 23rd of May 2025. We'll have participation from over 30 air forces, including 12 Chief of the Air Staff and 45 exhibitors. There will be exhibitions from global defense and aerospace companies such as the Airbus, the Diamond Aircraft, and of course, our own indigenous defense manufacturing and security company, Proforce Limited. Obviously, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce has also been invited to be able to attend. So in summary, the Nigerian Air Force is willing, able, and ready to be able to ensure that we provide a safe environment for local and foreign investors. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Wow. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I was just going to be taking my time to say, okay, in 2-3 minutes, I'll come up. That's why you see, in my lifetime, I believe a woman will be the president of this country. But if you believe with me, please put hands together to... Thank you so much. She just kept it within time and used the opportunity to invite the leadership of SCCI to the forthcoming event. All right? I believe the president will whisper to your ear if we'll be there or not, but I know the president... Oh, good. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much. All right, so we'd like to hear from the AIG, our brother and friend, Adegoke Hem Fayoade, MNI, PSS.
Thank you very much. The president of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Gabriel Daosa. Good evening, sir. The Chairman Board of Trustees, Chief John Odeyemi. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adegoke Fayoade, the AIG in charge of Zone 2. I'm delighted to be here this evening to give you a brief lecture on how the police is providing a safe environment for business to thrive in Nigeria. As we all know, the police is the principal security agents in the country, and a lot of responsibilities on us. A lot we have to do, especially with the present security situation in the country. I will not take much of your time, but I will have to go through very, very important things that you need to know. You all agree with me that the global security environment is characterized by volatility, uncertainty, and ambiguity, with serious consequences on internal security. And this has compelled many countries, especially Nigeria, to strengthen the internal security framework because of contemporary security challenges such as Boko Haram, insurgency, farmer-others conflict, cultism, kidnapping, banditry, and cattle rustling, among others. There have been numerous efforts by the police hierarchy to address the security challenges in the country. Under my boss, under the focus and astute leadership of the Inspector General of Police, Federal Republic of Nigeria, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbertoku, PhD, MPM, we have made significant structure in place to combat the threats that undermine economic stability, such as banditry, terrorism, kidnapping, and other violent crime in the country. The role of police in making Nigeria a haven for both local and foreign investors transcend the mere enforcement of law and order. In today's interconnected and competitive global economy, the police institution must function as a pillar in fostering economic development, investment, protection, and prosperity. Nigeria stands at a pivotal point in its development journey. As the largest economy in Africa, with a GDP surpassing $470 billion and a population rich in talent, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit, the opportunities are boundless. Yet, the inflow of both domestic and foreign direct investment remains far below our potential. One of the most critical factors influencing investors' decision is the question of safety and safety of lives, of assets, and of operational continuity. No investor willingly puts capital in a volatile or insecure environment. This is where the role of the Nigeria Police Force comes in and becomes not just relevant, but fundamental or foundational. Hence today, I will highlight some of the key roles of the police in securing the investment environment and positioning Nigeria as a destination of choice for investors. One of the things we do is to protect lives and property. The cornerstone of any thriving investment climate is the assurance that both human and material assets are secure. Investors, regardless of origin, seek environment where their staff are safe, their facilities are protected, and their activities can proceed without fear of violence, theft, or disruption. The Nigeria Police Force is constitutionally mandated to provide this fundamental layer of protection. A nationwide deployment with concentrated strength in economic hubs such as Lagos, Abuja, Kano, and Port Harcourt is designed to ensure the safety of residential, commercial, and industrial zones. Through strategic visibility policing, patrol system, and intelligence-based deployment, we deter criminal activity and create a stable atmosphere conducive to economic productivity. By securing transport corridors, financial institutions, market ports, and industrial estates, we provide the bedrock for sustainable economic engagement. Securing the economy infrastructure, every economy relies on infrastructure including road, ports, telecommunication pipeline, power installation, and industrial clusters. These are often targeted by criminal elements seeking economic sabotage or personal gain. The Nigeria Police plays a direct and strategic role in safeguarding these assets. Through specialized formations such as the Maritime Command, Railway Police, Airport Police, tactical units, we ensure that Nigeria's critical infrastructure is protected from vandalism, theft, and operational disruption. These infrastructures network are essential for trade, logistics, and connectivity, and without their security, investors' confidence will be swiftly eroded. Perhaps most crucial in today's economy is the safeguarding of financial institutions and digital financial infrastructure. Banks, fintech, ops, insurance companies, data center, financial transactions system present the nerve center of the modern economy. Nigeria Police Force, through the Special Protection Unit and Counterterrorism Unit, provide direct security services to financial institutions and corporate headquarters across major cities. In terms of unrest and civil disturbance, we prioritize protection of ATM, bank branches, cash logistic operation to prevent looting, arson, or disruption of service delivery. Our intelligence-led policing also, we adopt intelligence-led policing as a core strategy to proactively prevent threats and respond to anticipated attacks. Our strategic action, our intelligence unit, which include the Force Intelligence Department, the State Criminal Intelligence Department, and other departments, response team work around the clock to monitor criminal trends that may threaten investment security in the country. Enforcement of contracts and resolution of commercial disputes. Another critical expectation of investors is the ability to enforce contracts and resolve commercial disputes efficiently. While this is traditionally the domain of the judiciary, the police plays a crucial complementary role by investigating fraud cases, breach of trust, misappropriation, and economic sabotage, all of which are common challenges in commercial settings. Our special fraud units and legal department are instrumental in ensuring that those who compromise commercial integrity are brought to book. This not only opposes the rule of law, but sends a strong signal to the global business community that Nigeria is serious about protecting business interests and enforcing contractual agreement. On cybersecurity and digital asset protection, in the digital age, threats to investment are no longer limited to physical crimes. Cyber threats now pose major risks to businesses with the capacity to cause significant financial and reputable damage. The Nigeria Police has responded by establishing a dedicated cybercrime unit equipped to investigate and combat electronic fraud, identity theft, data breaches, and digital sabotage. As Nigeria embraces digital transformation and the growth of fintech, e-commerce, and remote workspaces, it becomes imperative to have robust cyber protection capabilities. Our collaboration with local and international agencies have enhanced our reach in tracking and prosecuting cyber criminals, making the digital space safer for innovation and investment. Redirecting our youth to be more purposeful. Our particularly impactful initiative championed by our leadership is a police campaign against cultism and other vices. We notice that our children, our youths are taking more into drug and other vices, and we decided to form an organization called Police Campaign Against Cultism and Other Vices called POCACOV. This initiative addresses the critical demographic of our youth, recognizing that young Nigerians represent the art and future of our country. It is widely acknowledged that a country is only as strong as its average citizen. By engaging and empowering our youth, POCACOV is transforming potential threats into assets, steering young individuals away from crime and towards productive and positive contributions to society, given that our youth constitute a significant majority of our population. Initiatives like POCACOV is essential for ensuring sustainable national growth and development. It is our determination to ensure POCACOV is deeply rooted in all our schools and colleges. Inclusive policing. In February 2025, between 26 and 28 September, the Inspector General of Police organized a 3-day seminar in Abeokuta, Ogun State on inclusive policing. A highly refreshing and enriching seminar focused on inclusive policing. The need for the subject matter was re-emphasized in the Nigerian context, where security challenges ranges from insecurity, banditry, to cybercrime and communal conflict. The need for an innovative and inclusive police strategy cannot be downplayed. The subject matter is more than just a law enforcement approach. It is a security model that integrates the voices, concern, and cooperation of the very people the police are meant to protect. By bridging the trust gap between the police and the community, it fosters intelligence sharing, proactive crime prevention, and effective law enforcement responses. This shift from reactive to preventive policing ensures that security challenges are addressed at their very root rather than merely responding after they occur. A secure nation attracts investment both foreign and domestic. No investor, either multinational, corporation, or small businesses owners want to operate in an environment where insecurity threatening operation, employees, and supply chain. Countries with high rates and effective policing often struggle with capital flight and economic downturn. Conversely, a well-structured nation reinforced by inclusive policing practices signal stability, which boosts investors' confidence and accelerates economic growth. Moreover, youth engagement in policy initiative plays a pivotal role in reducing crime and enhancing prosperity. A security strategy that involves young people through community watch program, digital crime reporting platform, and skill acquisition initiative divert their energy from criminal activities towards productive ventures. Instead of becoming recruits for violent groups or cyber criminals network, the youth becomes partners in security, driving local economic in return. Further, inclusive policing reduces financial burden of security operative on the government. When trust is established between law enforcement agencies and the public, citizens voluntarily provide intelligence, reducing the cost of complexity of crime detection. Police resources can then be channeled towards more strategic intervention rather than excessive reactive deployment. This efficiency translates into cost saving that can be reinvested into public services. Infrastructure and job creation elements that are directly tied to national prosperity. This is a clarion call to all Nigerians that security concern is the duty of everybody and requires a deeper engagement with community members. I will round up because I may not be able to read all I have here. But let me just conclude by saying that, by emphatically saying that security is not just a government obligation. It is an economic strategy. A secure environment attracts investment. Investment creates jobs. Job reduce crime, and reduced crime reinforces national stability. It is a cycle that we as members of Nigeria Police Force are committed to sustaining. I therefore call upon all stakeholders, from government ministries to corporate leaders, from civil society to international development partners, to recognize the central role of the police and work with us in building Nigeria where investment is not just possible but preferable. Let us build a nation where local businesses grow unhindered, where global firms expand with confidence, and where local foreign investors can look at our country and say Nigeria is safe. Nigeria is ready. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, AIG. Thank you. I told you last time he was here in October. Very detailed man, I must confess. I see that he has to skip some of the paragraphs, pages in what he had written down to talk about. We need to move very fast. The second part of this engagement is about to start in the boardroom. So I will give the participant, just about 2 or 3 of us, to just, if there's any question, 1 or 2 questions, 1 or 2 comments. So I will give the privilege to one of our past presidents, maybe a question or comment, then 1 or 2 participants also, so that we can move up to what is next. We have a vote of thanks, then we call this session a close. So I'd like to ask Ashwaju Omoba Olale Cole, MFR. I know you have a comment or question just for a minute. Then I give our two leaders also opportunity to make their comment. Ashwaju.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, past president here, and our Papa, chairman of the BOT. Well, mine is a very, very simple question. I don't know if you have what to read to tell me the answer. That when do we expect that the trouble about insecurity in the north in particular, when do you think to be over for Nigeria? Because that's an area of anxiety, because people are now fearing it might move from the north, it's now coming to the south. And people are scared that that may endanger our nation in a couple of years to come. God helping us.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Honorary Live Vice President.
Thank you. All protocols observed with respect. Air Force, thank you for your brilliant information about your 61st anniversary. But no mention was made. I was expecting the bandits who move in convoys for hours after pillaging villages in the north in particular, for hours. What's happening to Air Force surveillance? Is there no way we can track them when they are moving in their vehicles, motorcycles? What efforts are being made? What communication gadgets do you have, even within your offices, to be able to even monitor the movements of these things around? This must be challenges to the Air Force and perhaps to the government. To the police, I'm sorry. I have a driver who takes me from Lcci to Ikeja mainland. When I'm inside the car and we come across the police checks and all that, the moment they see me, they allow us to pass. Each time you send the driver alone, he's an endangered driver. They will stop him to demand some things from him. So we are scared about even sending our drivers on lonely journeys. What is the police doing about this? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Final comment or question so that we can move on.
Mr. President, past presidents, I stand on existing protocol. My name is Dr. Davidson Isibo Ahimian. I just want to react to some of the presentations that were made on the floor. The issue of security, I think, is a national problem. And when we talk security anywhere, security is not just for members of security agencies alone, but also for the entirety of the Nigerian citizenry, the entire population. It's often been said that Nigerians are not security conscious, and this for many reasons. I think that at the level of government, we should begin to craft a strategy that will ensure that the Nigerian people become security conscious, whatever that strategy will take. In the last 20 years or so, or 22 years when Boko Haram started, we have continued to see that the approach to Boko Haram as an insurgency has continued to remain the same. And citizens' participation in securing our land as far as terrorism and other crimes like kidnapping and the rest has continued to be the same. Can we see, for example, government introducing into our educational curriculum at the level of primary, secondary, and tertiary security as a subject, compulsory. So in the next 20 years, for example, when we see the average Nigerian, we will know that this is a security conscious Nigerian, and will be able, that Nigerian citizen will be able to contribute positively towards national security in whatever area it is demanded of him or her. This is just one thing I want to contribute to the argument.
Thank you so much. I'll crave your indulgence to allow AIG make a response or comment on all of this, then we'll move to what is next. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'll talk about the first question is insecurity in the north. People are scared, and you will see a large influx to the south from the north. In fact, the movement is so much that when they describe the way they come in with trailers and other things, we get scared. But I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. What all that we need to do is to be vigilant. I think we need to be develop good neighborliness, know what is happening around us, be security conscious, and be part of the security arrangement in your neighborhood or in your community. This is very, very important. We don't need to feel unsafe. All we need to do is to be vigilant. Because like the last speaker said, security is not just that of the security agency. It's for all of us. It's for everybody. And that's why inclusive strategy of policing is very, very germane at this point in time. If we are all security conscious, the intruders or the marauders will not have it easy because they know they are coming to a place that is well organized. And another question that I think I should answer is the issue of the Boko Haram, the terrorists all over the place in the area they are concentrated. That is there nothing we can do? Yes, there's a lot we can do, and I believe the government is working on that. It's the use of technology. It's very easy once we leverage on technology, use of drones, use of other data analytics and other technology equipment we have. It's not going to be difficult to put those people to where they belong. And I know very soon, we'll soon put them to where they belong. Then on the issue of sending the driver on a lonely journey, sir, if I may get you right, did you say, sir, that they are always disturbed or accosted by policemen when they are driving? Okay, yes. Yes, you see, the problem we have in this country is that a lot of us don't even care to have all our papers correct, for our drivers to have their driver's license. When the driver is driving without driver's license, definitely the police will stop him. And you find that most of our people on the road, they don't have, there's no vehicle you stop on the road in this part of Lagos, any part of that, there will be no fault. So if the police have to do their work thoroughly, in fact, every vehicle on the road will be a suspect. Because one thing or the other is not there. And people take advantage of that because they believe when they are on the road and the police stops them, and once they can dole out 100 naira, 200 naira, they can always get away. I think I will advise that we must make it a matter of duty, a point of duty, to make sure that our vehicle papers are correct. Our drivers have their driver license in their pockets, and everything about our vehicle is correct. Once you have that correct, there's no policeman that will harass you. And if any policeman stops you and start demanding for money, I think you have the right to resist and report such conduct to the nearest police station. And I want to advise also about our domestic aids. Please I beg all of us there and others at home that anytime we employ domestic aids, we must not employ them in a hurry. We must screen them properly. Because some of this crime we record these days are done through domestic aids, either by their agent or by themselves. And once you don't screen them properly, once they commit that crime, there's no way they could be found. They find their way, and that's the end of it. So please, your drivers, your cook, your anybody working around you or with you must be properly screened, because you don't trust anybody these days. Everybody is so desperate to make quick money out of anything, and once you allow them to take advantage of you, it can be very, very dangerous. And the worst of all is that some will even go to the extent of killing their masters or mistresses over peanuts. So we have to be careful who we put in our house, who sleeps with us, who we call our domesticates. This is very, very important. So I think I've answered all the questions.
Thank you so much. Let's put hands together for the AIG. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, this is yours, but I will still need it. I will need a copy of it. Thank you, sir. So we need to move very fast, but thank you, sir. Mr. President had said that our sister, so we need to just respond in a minute. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Like I mentioned, part of our air operations too that we conduct is also the surveillance. We have an aircraft which actually does that. We have the drones too. But you know, it actually relies on intelligence. So this war, okay, let me not use the word war. This challenge, it's over time. And then definitely the solution will definitely be over time. You recall that some of the successes that we've recorded were actually even brought in open air too, for people to be able to know how far it is that we have gone. We might not be 100% perfect, but we're making progress. And that's the more reason why we're acquiring more platforms. That's the more reason why we're engaging in more trainings. That's the more reason why we're sharing ideas and all that, for us to be able to see how well it is that we can nip this completely. But rest assured that we're doing all it is that we have to do. The gadgets are there because there must be communication between the ground forces as well as the air. So once we get the intel that these people are moving, and you know the terrain is another thing. Most of the time they are walking in a difficult terrain, where it is that for you to be able to get aerial view is very difficult, and that's why they're always in the forest. You see that most of the time when they kidnap people these days, they tell you to remove your shoes so that you now walk distance, long distance. You get tired and all those kind of things, so that even if they leave you alone for you to escape, it's difficult for you because you already have bruises and all that. But even with that, that's what I'm talking about the platforms and all it is that we have to be able to put in place. But like I said, it's over time, but be rest assured that we're going to get there. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. So I need to knock this off. Like I said, the second part will be happening at the boardroom, specifically for some of us. So I like to ask that the president, the BOT chair, and some of our security heads here, please take a step forward. We need to take this photo. We'll take other pictures in the, Mr. President, sir, in the boardroom. So we need to take this, sir. Thank you. Yes, yours here. Chi? Paparazzi, we can, some of our... Thank you so much. Thank you. Once again, thank you so much, our security aides. We'd like to once again appreciate your presence at the 2025 SCCI Security Meet Business. We'll meet at the other hall, at the boardroom, with the permission of the president. Thank you so much as we close this session. Thank you so much, sir.